Hello and a very warm welcome. In today's video we're talking 30-year-old Spanishman Carlos Sainz, and I have to say I feel really sorry for Carlos Sainz. Exceptional at Ferrari, kept Charles Leclerc on his toes. Start of the season was really tough for him, appendix out, then he came back, won at Australia, lost his seat. The start of the season was very tough. Obviously, Ferrari going to replace him with Lewis Hamilton. Carlos Sainz has then got the pressure to find another drive, and he had a massive surgery. But yeah, he came out swinging, and he's becoming like a fan favourite, Carlos Sainz. He's drove for iconic teams. I mean, think about it. He's drove for the three most iconic teams now: Ferrari, McLaren, Williams. And he's had Renault and Toro Rosso in there as well. But yeah, Carlos Sainz, the top and bottom of it is he's far too good to be driving for Williams. Williams do not deserve a driver like Carlos Sainz. Their performances and the way they con their fans is unacceptable. They do not deserve a driver of Carlos Sainz's caliber, who has won 4 races. He's had a lot of starts, 209, 206 starts. 4 wins, 27 podiums, 6 pole positions. Yeah, this guy is far too good for Williams, and Williams should be blessed to have a guy of Sainz's caliber. Someone who's been there, won races, stood on the podium, pole position, and will score points on a regular basis. But what sort of shitbox are they going to give Carlos Sainz? Last year was a terrible year for Williams, as they amassed not a lot of points. It was terrible. Was it 17 they amassed during the whole season? A lonely finish of 9th in the Constructors. Yeah. And yeah, I feel sorry for the Williams fans. I think they get mugged off every week by their team principal. But no one says a boo to a goose about James Vowles because they're focused on 26. What about the present? They finished 9th in the Constructors, 17 points. And now they've got a race winner going to their team. I understand it from Carlos's point of view. He wants to stay in Formula 1, so he's going to take a drive if offered. But yeah, Carlos should be in a top team. Red Bull should have took Carlos, really. But they've gone with Lesby and Lawson. But it's poor. Carlos Sainz is going to destroy Alex Albon. If Alex Albon destroys Carlos Sainz, then that puts Alex Albon's name out there. It's not going to happen, no. Carlos Sainz is far too good for this team. All round, just far too good. Should not be going to Williams. And people question, did Ferrari make a mistake getting rid of Carlos Sainz? You got to love his... he could have been down, feel sorry for himself. He came out swinging, literally going for that knockout punch. In Australia was magnificent. Comes back after surgery and wins the race. You know, Mexico, dominant drive. Really impressed. And like I say, he's becoming quite a favourite with the fans. But yeah, I think it's painful to see Carlos Sainz in the blue of Williams. I really do. As soon as he is offered a way out, he'll be out. All this bullshit about 2026. Do you actually believe Williams are going to do something in 2026? I ask you that question. I know there's a lot of Williams fans out there, but let's have the reality. You finished 9th. With 17 points, absolutely nowhere. You've got your team principal spouting constant bullshit week in, week out. 95% of the Williams fans take his every word like he's some sort of king. You know, it's not good enough. This is a guy who retained Logan when he was clearly a bag of shit and then sacks him mid-season. This is a guy who's literally talking to Carlos Sainz whilst basically saying, we believe in you, Logan. Talking to every driver. To get Carlos Sainz is an absolute amazing pull by Williams. They should feel very lucky. I mean, yeah. For them to go out and get someone of Carlos Sainz's caliber is very good for the team in general. But when you've got your team principal saying, when we signed Carlos, we celebrated like we won the World Cup. I mean, come on. Carlos Sainz is a good driver, don't get me wrong, but he's not champion level. He's not Max, he's not Alonso, he's not Lewis. You know what I mean? We celebrated like we won the World Cup. He comes out with statements like, we've got the best driver lineup on the grid that will strike fear into the opposition. Leclerc and Lewis might have something to say about that, I think. You telling me this is not a better pairing than the great Williams? Come on. It's painful by Williams. They've been irrelevant since 97. They've not won a race since 2012. Their standards are on the floor. I did a passionate rant about Williams saying you should believe in your team more. Standards should be higher. Accepting a 9th place finish under someone who caresses their cappuccino with apricot and a bit of syrup at 1.4 degrees. With those Marks and Sparks cereal boxes, the drivers, we can't afford any Christmas dinner because the drivers smashed up that many cars. I'm tired of it. I can't imagine. But like I said, 95% of the Williams fans, they fall for his every word. We will be back in 26. Okay, James, so we'll just have a shit 25 and we'll believe in your every word for 26. It should be better. It should be better. My team is a good example. McLaren went through shit after shit after shit after shit after shit. And eventually we won the Constructors again. But it was a painful process. Honda, retirement. It was painful. Maybe Williams have to go through that pain to get out the other side. But, I mean, come on. Standards. That's what I want to see. We're in 2025 now. It's 28 years since you won an F1 title. For me, Carlos Sainz will improve Williams. His feedback, his all round, he will build that team, mould the team around him, and he will become Williams' #1. And if Williams can produce a car, then Carlos will be a regular point scorer. But I can only see Carlos Sainz fucking off as soon as he gets a good. I mean, if a Mercedes come in for him, any top team comes in for him, he'll be out. He'll be out. Like I say, Williams are a historic. It's good for him that he's drove for McLaren, Ferrari, Williams. Started at Toro Rosso, had to go in the Renault. He's had a lot of teams, Carlos Sainz. But yeah, the reality is, he cannot be, he'll have sat in that Williams, he'll have gone round Abu Dhabi on the test, and he'll be like, oh, fuck. He will be saying, fuck, in Spanish, whatever fuck is in Spanish. Because he's gone from a race-winning car to a poor car. 27 podiums, it says here. I'm sure I said 26 earlier. Let's have a look. Oh, no, 27 podiums. I can't believe Carlos Sainz has got over 200 starts. That's, mind you, he has been there since 2015. First entry, Australia 2015. First win, British Grand Prix. Last win, Mexico. Last entry, Abu Dhabi. Finished 5th in the title standings. Solid, really solid driver. Yeah, how far was he off Leclerc in the end? He did miss a round as well, so quick maths, 56. 66 points off his teammate. Leclerc's a better driver than Sainz. But yeah, comment down below your thoughts. Williams fans, what do you make of it? I think you're very lucky to have Carlos Sainz driving your car. And I hope you produce him a car, because enough is enough now. The standards at this Grove-based outfit are unacceptable. They're not good enough. Yeah, I'm sick to my back teeth of hearing Vals talk, mug off the hard-working, hard-paying, merchandise buyers, Williams fans. I'm tired of it, and I don't really give two toots about Williams. I'm a McLaren fan, but it's painful to see such a historic team basically falling for their team principles every word. It's barbaric. The standard should be higher for Williams. Carlos Sainz, I'm excited to see what he can do, but in my opinion, he's going to fuck off as soon as he gets a better offer. Like I say, he's just far too good for this team. Far too good. Albon, Sainz, only one winner, Carlos Sainz. Comment down below. Adios. Adios. Painful for Carlos.